Welcome, welcome, welcome to all of you who join me at this live kickoff. And I see people joining the Product Gamification Summit. That's a great honor to see how the number grows up. And we will wait for a few minutes just to let other people join. And now I would like to welcome you again to the Product Gamification Summit, an online event that is bursting with innovative ideas and actionable strategies how to boost customer engagement using gamification. So this online event is mainly created for online entrepreneurs and startuppers and creative people who want to change the world using gamification. And I hope that you all joined our private Facebook group because an awesome community is, being created right now at the moment. So if you haven't joined it, please join, and it will be an honor to see you there. And you will see how many different people from different backgrounds, from various countries and various specialities. They are different experts, really, and how they want to use gamification in their lives and in their businesses and in everything they do. And what I noticed is that mainly all of them are trying to gamify, a learning process in some way. Because let's be honest, we are learning every day. And it's not only in education how we see learning usually, or even it's not only in training in big companies or enterprises. We are learning every day. We are building new skills and we are improving our skills. So this is an area, a big area where we can use gamification. Yeah, I can see more people joining. So if you want to let me know something, so just feel free to write a message into our private Facebook group. And I will have, like a contest for you. And for people who are the most active, I will have 2 presents, or maybe even 3 presents for 3 people or 2 people. We will see how many active people are there in our private Facebook group. And one amazing speaker, Angie Marchevsky, he decided to, to give a present to those active people. So it will be his book. I will show you it later. And we have a few minutes, and then we will start and we will dive into an awesome presentation that I have prepared for you today. And what are we gonna do today? So first of all, I will tell you how all the summit works. Then I will present you like an overview of all speakers of this summit. So they gave us tons of valuable information. Really, when they were speaking to me, I didn't expect, to get so many insights from them. And what I was trying to do then, I was trying, to put that valuable information into one really concentrated document. So this is what I've prepared for you today. You will get, a very concentrated, very concentrated action guide that you can use in your business or even in your daily life. Yes. Okay, so I will try to share my screen that you could see it, and we will go from there. Awesome. I'm sharing my whole screen. I hope that works. Yeah, you should see my screen now. So welcome again to those who join now. Welcome to the Product Gamification Summit online event that is bursting with innovative ideas and actionable strategies, how to boost customer engagement and skyrocket your business. Let's try to figure out what gamification is. Just before preparing this presentation for you, I was thinking, how to define it correctly, and I found this definition that I really loved. So it says that gamification uses game-based mechanics, aesthetics, and game thinking to engage people, motivate action, promote learning, and solve problems. What I like about this definition is that it shows the result of gamification. We are all trying to engage people. But as I mentioned, most of you are trying to promote learning. And the learning is not only in education, but the learning is our everyday learning when we get better at our skills. We learn new skills. We learn new ways to solve our problems. So it's learning. And gamification is really good for that. And we should think about that term gamification. Sometimes we are scared of it because it has that aspect of a buzzword, And lots of experts actually mention that in their sessions. You will hear their opinion about this term gamification. So they will say that, maybe it is better to call it motivational design or behavioral design. So there are different opinions how to call that. So I think that we should figure out and we should define, what gamification brings. So it engages people. It creates fun and engaging experiences. This is what I really tried to do in this Product Gamification Summit. And then I was talking with every expert. I was asking them how to create engaging experiences for the audience. And I was asking them to define that creation process like a strategy, and I wanted it to be like step-by-step tutorial for you that you could take and implement to your own situations. So this is why the sessions in this event, this is why it's going to be really, really valuable and actionable, because gamification experts, they even prepared their presentations to show you visually how their strategies that were really effective, how they work. And here is one more definition that I really loved, and it is from our speaker, Maria Herger. And this definition just came during our conversation session, and he said that when video games and business software have sex, you get gamification. And yeah, it's a fun definition, and I really love it because video games, business software, and here's gamification. And what I mentioned before, and I mentioned in my email letter that I sent you just a minute ago, is that I have something special for you. And I have a special coupon code for this party, for this kickoff. And it is called Kickoff. And it gives you an access to all the material and all access pass to this Product Gamification Summit for only $67. And that's a no-brainer because that's only about $2 for a session of one expert. And you will see that you will get various bonuses and various material in this all access pass. I will talk about that a bit later, but I just want to let you know that you can use it. You can go to our page or my earlier letters, and if you want, you can purchase it. And I really want to say that this coupon code is a really, really short-term coupon code. I will keep it during this live kickoff and 1 hour afterwards. So you don't have to leave the live kickoff now. So you can just use this coupon code 1 hour after this live kickoff. I will come back to that later. I just wanted you to know about that. And also, I've mentioned for some of you that the best part of summits like this, even of all events like this, of online courses you have taken, and of all the courses you will take, and it's, the research shows that the best thing is not the information you get. The best thing is the communications you get from that. So, what I want you to do is join our private Facebook group for this summit, because you will see how important is connecting with various people, sharing your ideas, sharing your insights, because your insights won't be the same as the insights of other people. And you may collaborate. The gamification is such a new niche, and we have to work together. We have to spread our ideas and our innovative messages together. And as you will see, you have something in common, and you can support each other, not like do business. I don't suggest, if you want, of course, I really support those ideas, but just give your support to others and you will also be supported. So let's keep it live, and just feel free to say your ideas and feel free to say your opinions, and ask questions, give your key takeaways, and so on. Just let's be communicating together. And for those who will be most active in our private Facebook community, in our private Facebook group, we will have a present. Actually, for a few of those, we will just give a present. Andrzej Smoczewski, awesome book, Even Ninja Monkeys Like to Play. So you really have now you really have a reason to be active, and not only because of bringing the value to yourself, but also of getting this awesome book. Yes, and what I wanted to see more about those connections. Yeah. Let's go a little bit back to that. Yes, and how it works. Let's go back to how the summit will work, okay? You all have a free pass to this online conference, and you don't necessarily have to buy an all-access pass. So it's your choice. It's your choice. And the first thing is that free access works like this. Every day from tomorrow, you will get an email with a few links to the expert sessions that are talking on that day. So, and you just click those links and view those sessions. It's very simple. But you have to view them in the free period of 24 hours. So your time is actually limited to 24 hours. But that's actually enough, because you have about 4 or 5 sessions. That's one session is from 45 minutes to 1 hour. So about 4 hours to view in 24-hour period. So that's really possible. And you can really view all the Product Gamification Summit with your free pass. So another option is the all-access pass. If you purchase an all-access pass, first of all, you support a gamified bullying prevention program that I'm creating and that this all event is created for, and this event fundraises money for this good cause. So you support a good cause with those money, all money I mean. And the other thing is that you get tons of value from that. So as you can see in the screen, you will get all the recordings of all sessions. You will also get all the downloadable audio files, MP3 I mean, because it's very popular now, the podcast movement. So I made sure that you got the audio files and you can listen to them on the go. And of course, you can listen to them in the gym and so on. But of course, I highly recommend looking at them visually because the main speakers, they have prepared their PDF presentations. And it is very important to see visually how it looks to implement it correctly. So I also added those PDF presentations to the All Access Pass. Because sometimes when you view sessions, you have so many ideas from one session. Wow, I get tons of value, and I'm writing this down, and maybe, wow, I will remember this. I won't write this down, okay? And then you view the next session, and wow, it's awesome, and different insights, And then the third one, and so on and so on. And then you're starting to think, what was it that first session? And it was so valuable. I had some ideas, and there was something important. And then it is really difficult to go back and find that exact place in a video, recording. So this is why I added PDF presentation to the All Access Pass, because you can print it and you can write your insights, below the slides. And just keep your mind, keep your mind free from saving everything into your brain, just putting them down on paper, writing them down, and keeping that for your future, usage. So PDF presentations. What's more, as I mentioned, the community is very, very important. So what I suggest is join our All Access Pass and join our private mastermind community. All Access Pass buyers will be invited to them after the event, and there we can share all our projects that we are working on. We can support each other, and this is the main value: collaboration, support, acceptance, understanding. It is very important because I think that you all face the same. You have, to fight for gamification and to say other people what it is and why it works and why it is important, and that it's not just a game. You have to defend it in some way. And here we will have a mastermind community where we all create our projects, where we all collaborate, where we all share our ideas. And this is why I also included a private Q&A session with me, because when you start, implementing those key takeaways from the sessions, you will really need some questions answered. And you can send me your questions. We will answer them in the Q&A session. And we will also get responses from experts. So, by the way, when you join our private Facebook community right now, that is open for all the users and for the free pass users, it is very awesome because all the experts have also joined it. So if you have questions, feel free to address them to the experts, and then they will answer you. Okay, be active. Yeah, so now I don't want to waste your time, and I've told you how the Product Gamification Summit will work. You will get, every day you will get letters, my emails, yes, emails, and with links. So you view the sessions like this through those links. For those who buy an All Access Pass, they're given their access to our membership area. They can go to our membership area and they can look to the sessions just as they want, on their own demand, right now, because all the sessions are already there. So they can look in the sequence that they like. They can choose, what they would like to learn from at first and later on. So it's up to you. You have all the access. You can use the, all sessions, all audio recordings, all PDFs, and all bonuses. And the bonuses, trust me, they are incredible. You can find them in our offer page. And if speaking about the price, even one book of Maria Herger that is in our bonuses section, It costs almost the same price as our all access pass. So it's just, it's a no-brainer. Okay, so let's go to a key to unlock customer engagement and revenue. How to skyrocket your business to six figures. Hey, I can see you writing me here. That's awesome, awesome, really. Okay, and that's really possible to skyrocket your business to six figures. You just have to find those gamification tools, that really work for your niche. And what's more important, I remember while talking with Michael Wu, he will present in this summit an awesome session about gamification spectrum. And he will tell you lots of ways, how to make your gamification solution effective. So it's like, and one insight, that comes from my head right now, that pops in my head, is that you don't always have to design something for long-term engagement, because maybe the problem you are trying to solve, it doesn't need long-term engagement. But engagement is always very important. So focus on engagement. And the term for it, you will define when you will try to create, your solution, gamified solution, I mean. Okay, so we're now all living in the internet and smartphones, information, and advertisements, and really big stream of offers. We're really overwhelmed with this. And it's a huge competition on who will be the first to grab the customer's attention or the audience attention. So if you want to be successful in business today, being unique is not enough. That's what I face all the time, because we see lots of really unique ideas and really nice ideas, but somehow they don't succeed. And why? Because they didn't really grab the attention of their audience. Even creating the value is not enough. You can be really valuable, but if you don't spread a message about yourself in the right way, if you don't grab the customer's attention, you will have no results. And that's really sad. What's more important, what I found out in the Marissa's Murgatroyd masterclass of experience products, she says that only 3% of info products are actually used. And that's a huge problem, because 97% of users, they just give up along the way. Somewhere at some point they give up. So only 3% of info products succeed. So we have to do our best to be those 3% who succeed. So what's the secret of that success? What's more important is that the attention span of today's customers and users is really short. And that also changed along the way with our new technologies, with internet culture. It is, very easy now to get your information you need. You just go to the internet and you got not only the information you need, but you get tons of offers you actually don't need, You have to be really selective right now. So research shows that the average human attention span has fallen from 12 seconds to 8 seconds. And the interesting fact is that even a goldfish has an attention span of 9 seconds. Can you imagine that the home pet really keeps its attention longer than us? Yeah, that's strange. And our brains now really operate like wild. We go from one offer to another offer and to another offer. and to the next one. And it is very easy to distract the attention because, wow, that's something more interesting. Oh, this is maybe a better offer. Okay, I'm going here. So the loyalty today really doesn't work. And I remember an awesome talk that Andrzej Maciejewski gave in GVC, Gamification World Congress earlier. And it was about loyalty. And he really tried to find out what things really keeps people loyal. So that's a theme for us to think about. But there's a bright side, because not only that our attention span has fallen, but a bright side is that we're better at identifying what we want or don't want to engage with. And that reduces the need of processing and committing things to memory. We're just looking, like in Facebook, scrolling down the news feed and looking. Do not like, do not like, do not like. Oh, like this one. Oh, what's that? Yeah, and for those things that we do not like, that doesn't catch our attention in those short seconds, they just do not succeed. So the important part is a fast decision whether you want to engage or not. And it's the same to all of us. Whether you're product-based, business-to-business, entrepreneur, run a startup or a nonprofit, or whether you're just trying to innovate some project or some good ideas, whether you're trying to improve like education system or corporate job environment, we face the same truth, that the best way to revenue, to results, in other words, is to engage your audience, engage your customer. So engagement, again, we come to the engagement. This is why gamification really matters, because as I had a definition before this presentation, we saw that engagement is the key. So how to do that? How to create engagement? And I was thinking about that, and the key is actually as old as Rome. Yeah, that's very interesting. Why Rome? We will see why. Gamification, do they know gamification? And there's that Roman satirical poet who called it bread and circuses. Do you remember this? Bread and circuses. Sometimes it said bread and games, yeah? So Rome really knew how to engage the crowds. Rome knew how to make people do things that they wanted to do, that I wanted them to do, yeah? So what does it mean, bread and circuses? Bread, yeah? Bread means that people have certain needs, that they have a pain point, they have a need, and bread just reduces that need. People are hungry for something, yeah? They have problems, they're hungry for something. So we need the bread to feed them. And circuses, what is it? What is circuses? It's creating of an experience. Yeah, because bread is not enough. We need something more. We need to create something engaging, fun. We have to create an experience. Okay, so now you know that gamification is the key to our success because it creates engagement. It gives that bread and circuses, yes? And now I believe that I should tell you that the treasure, business success, is protected really seriously. I found out 6 ancient logs from all the speakers of this summit. What are those logs? So we will need to open 6 logs. The first one is goals. The second one, super audience or super fans. The third one is analysis. Oh, sounds really scary, but it's not so scary. Don't get scared. The fourth one is map. And the fifth one is motivation. And then the final one is test. Yep. And how to unlock that and what does it mean? What are those logs? Let's dive into that. Game on. So the first log is goals. Yeah, I've written that it's a difficult one and you can break it with a pen. That's like a cheating, but actually it's really, really simple. You just have to sit down and think and write it down. Because when you're thinking about goals, what a mistake people do is that they are thinking only what goals they would like to see from, a customer perspective. They see that customer is here and they would like them to achieve this. But what you have to think in order to be successful with your business, you have to think about your business goals, your business outcome too, and you have align those two. And Brian Burke, in his session, will talk more about this. So prepare for Brian Burke. You will get valuable information, how to unlock goals. And what's more important is you don't only have to define what business outcome do you want to achieve. You have to think how can it be measured? Because without measurement, you won't know if it's effective or not. The second lock is super audience. And Amy Jo Kim gave us an awesome insight from her game in her awesome session. And she told us that it is very important not to do all the gamification design by yourself. It is very important to create your product with your early supporters, with your super fans, because then you co-create with them and you create in the right direction. And when you do that alone, you just have a huge gap between, the starting point and the big crowds you are creating for. So the super fans are your connection to your future success. So the first thing is to understand that your audience looks like a crowd, but it's more than that. There are people with different needs and different goals. People who are most active, supportive, and interested at what you do are your super audience. But keep in mind that those are not your family and those are not who support you as a person. These people are really interested at what you do, at what you create, at your project. And very interesting insight from Toby Beresford, who told that we can also collaborate with our super audience in one more way. And Toby Beresford is really a professional at leaderboards. And he knows how to use them in the right way. We all know about points, badges, and leaderboard syndrome that was really, really popular, and that lead lots of companies to creating unsuccessful gamified projects because they focused only on points, focused only on badges, and put only leaderboards, and they thought that this is gonna blow, the world. But this didn't, because it was too simple and it's not enough for people. So Toby Beresford will give you a very, very important session about using leaderboards in connection with your super fans. So focus on your super fans and take them together to the next lock. The next lock is analysis, the scary one, but this one is so interesting. Wow, I was scared about this word analysis, but then I had a session with Laura Klein. She's a user experience designer, and she told, what does it mean, this analysis? So it was super interesting because first thing that you have to do is to unlock the problem your super audience has. So explore the amazing and supportive guides behind your back, please. What is their pain point? What main problem they're dealing with? And what is their internal need? Just try to figure out that need, that need, and then you will know what bread will make them happy. So unlock the problem. The next thing is unlock behavior. And this thing came from the Amy Jo Kim session because she told that she created a very successful covered program, covered fashion. And how did she create it? She just looked at young women who were really, really interested at fashion and asked what were they doing, you know? And they told that we get home really tired after our works and we jump with our high heels, you know, on the sofa. We take our mobiles and we scroll down the fashion pages and we look for something beautiful for us. And this is how our mind rests, you know, and we feel happy. So they were already doing that, but they didn't have a right platform for that. So that's really, really good advice. Just take a look. What are your super fans already doing and explore their actions, behaviorals, and how do they deal with their problem? This will bring huge value to you. Yeah, so your super audience told you your problem and also told you how they're solving it. And that's awesome. We can really call it a co creation. Yep. And you know, it is time. I remember it is time, you know, if you know that problem, if you know that behaviors from your super audience, you can think about your unifying message. What do you want to tell them? What are you offering them? Your super audience, why are they happy? You know, what do they like about you? What unique do you suggest them? Matthew Pollard told us in his session that it is very, very important to define your unique message to the audience. Because you won't just say that I'm a Facebook ads expert. Yeah, so what? All of us are Facebook ads experts nowadays because I also use Facebook ads, you know, and my friend also uses. And so, yeah, so it is very, very, you know, easy to say something broad, you know, but try to define your unique message. Why are you unique? What exactly do you do? Maybe you help people in a very, very concrete niche, and maybe you help, you know, for people from India, and there are certain specifics right there. You know, maybe people from US or UK do not respond to the same advertisements as people from India. And cultural differences, you have to think about that. And maybe you are an expert at that. And this is what is your offer. This is how you are unique at that. So try to define your unique message because this will be your strong, really, really strong advantage. And this will lead you to success. Later on, you just take your fans, yeah, that super audience we mentioned before, and you have to create them a journey of learning. This is the creative part, really. Before that, you were just analyzing, thinking, and this is the creative part. I love this part, really. Wow, that's awesome. And Monica Cornetti is also amazing at this because she has her own map, yeah? You will see that in her presentation. And she says that there are certain steps you have to take in order to create a successful gamified solution, gamified project. And she will reveal the steps. So take a close look at that session. So when you already know the biggest problem of your super audience, you know their goals and their behaviors, build a learning experience around that. So let them reach their goal easier, faster, and in a fun way. Create an experience. And how to do that? It sounds simple, create an experience, but how to do that? Yeah, there's a certain scheme how to do that. And Thijs de Vries, we were talking about that with Thijs de Vries. That's an awesome session. And he's an expert of a playful design company. And yeah, really love the visuals, his visuals. You will see the PDF presentation in the bonuses of his. You will love it, I'm sure. So he told me how to create engagement and how to design an engagement loop. Yeah, that is effective. And also the hook model of Nirael. Nirael will open our sessions to tomorrow. So he will be the first speaker of this conference. And he will give you the basic information. You have definitely to use this information while you're creating your solution, because that's awesome. And he will give you tons of examples why this works, how this works. So you have to introduce the journey to your tribe, your idea, that experience you created for them. Introduce them, let them learn. This is very crucial. You have to let people learn something from what you designed from them. Let them improve their skills or create their own way, to create something. And make the steps small. It should be small, but it should be, harder, and harder. So people have to improve on the way, but with their small steps. And Michael Wu will talk about the flow that you have to try to achieve. And give constant feedback about their improvement. This is the main criteria for gamification, actually, because gamification gives constant feedback always. This makes it effective. And finally, let people perform, show where they can leverage their skills and go further. So it doesn't stop there. Show that they reached something, that they were successful at reaching, their goals, and then we can go further. And it is very important, for example, to bring them to the community at this step, at this, at this point when they already improved their skill. So when you bring that to the community, they can share it with others. So that brings, some additional power to your gamification design. And you can bring it into the cooperation or into the competition, and you will see that. Okay, so the fifth lock is motivation. And I called it a castle, motivation castle, because that's something really, really important and really beautiful and really royal. Yeah. And not everyone has it, So I hope that this summit helps you, to create and to design solutions that are focused to people motivation. So you have a key. Gamification is a key. Engagement is a key. So how to do that? Yeah, purpose. First of all, to motivate your audience, you have to have a very specific purpose. I just put a photo of stairs, You don't just climb a staircase. You climb them with purpose because you want to go somewhere. So have a clear direction in your mind. Don't make your awesome super fans do anything without having a goal. Because it is very interesting for people that if they feel that slightly, not important actions that they were asked to do, and that isn't important to them, they have no purpose of doing it, they will quit. And your design will be, just like those other unsuccessful 97% of info products that do not succeed. People just give up on their way. So have a clear purpose. And your purpose will be successful if you defined it with your super fans, as I mentioned it before. What's more interesting, and I really want to mention it because I loved the session with Anne Coppens, and she was speaking about the differences between how men and women, how they are different, and how we should define different goals and maybe slightly different purposes for men and women. We should keep that in mind that, competition won't always work for women. And if women, for example, sees some really, really difficult, I don't know, task, and if they evaluate it, and if they see, oh, it's too difficult, they won't even try to do that. It won't seem challenging to her. She won't do that. With men, it's something different. They will try to do. They will take it as a challenge, and we discussed it with Anne Coppens. So just don't skip this session. This is awesome, and I didn't hear anyone else talking about that. I know that Monica Cornetti is also talking about that. She has a feminine gamification program for women. So this would be also very interesting to dive deeper into that after the summit if you're interested at, differences between women and men. Okay, and what's more important, I remember also Angie Mochevsky and the user types. So also have in mind that people are different and that they can be of different user types. You may like one things, your friend may like other things, and you may be just different users. So Angie Mochevsky has a clear definition of what kind of users may be, and just keep that in mind while you're designing in order to be more successful. So how to create motivation? Have a purpose. The second thing, very, very important with motivation, is that you should aim for the internal motivation. Okay? First of all, of course, you may start with points, with badges, or with something, tangible for people. And that's external, yeah? That's external. And it works only until it gets boring. So the same with your audience. You're giving them something, points, badges, something, blah, 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 it works, and suddenly it stops working because it gets boring. So at first, you can win them with external motivators. You can engage them at first with that, and that's great. But at the end of the day, you should try to make their motivation internal. You should try to think, what is their inner need? What is their real purpose? What are they trying to achieve? And then help them on the way to do that. Help them create and get them instant feedback. This will bring you success. The third thing about motivation is challenge, aligned with ability. So this is flow we're gonna discuss with a few speakers during this product gamification summit. And and if talking about, about that royal castle, you may just walk into that castle, look at beautiful things inside it, and but after all, you know that it's real life and you have to do certain tasks one after another. So if you go to the library, can you help arranging the books by date now? And yeah, the process is harder because you have to arrange books by date. You have, clear frames for this task, yeah? But you can do that. You have something more when you had a moment before, you were just working, and now you have to do something. And maybe you have to build a skill to evolve. Maybe you will find a pattern how to arrange those books, faster. And but it's not too hard, but it's challenging because it's a new task. So you have to find out what abilities does your target audience have and align that with challenges. Don't make challenges too hard for them. Don't make too big steps, as I mentioned. Try going small steps. And just don't make, it too easy or too hard for them. It has to be a flow. And what's very important, as I mentioned before, is bringing everything to community. Not always. I agree that not always it is required or even suitable. But we are social. People are social, really social, and we have to create relationships. This is what matters. We have to create relationships, and even if the program or product is really focused on individuals, you can create some sphere or some area where individuals can share their results and their achievements or their skills. They can show their skills, or maybe they can collaborate. So it's not about competition, not always about competition, because it's sometimes it gets boring only because you're doing that alone. So sharing is very important, and make it social. We have tons of ways to make it social today. And Michael Wu, in his gamification spectrum, he really says that first of all, you're starting like an individual, and what you're trying to achieve is you're trying to go to a community. So at one end is individual, at the other end is community. So you are trying to find the way and move along with your target audience, from one end to the other end of that spectrum. So this is very important, because you don't just design a solution that stands at the fixed point. No, you create something that moves along with them, because people, they really get better at something. And if you want to create that long-term engagement, you have to create continuing experiences for them. It doesn't have to be like, it started at an end, because it will be like a short project for you. But of course, focus on what goals you have, on your business goals and on your customers' goals. So what I mentioned is cooperation. Toby Beresford will tell us, how important is not only to focus on competition, but also on cooperation. How can you use it to your advantage and make your business more successful? Yeah, so you have to do that together with your audience. And the sixth law, the final one, you have to unlock in order to achieve business success and very engaging gamification design, is testing. And it's a very tricky one, I know, because you think that you don't need it. Okay, you design something, that it will work. And maybe you're right. I don't know. Maybe you are a good expert, and maybe you are right. And I wish that you would be right, that it would work from the first time. But, the numbers, those 3 successful % of people, they show that it is not so easy, that you have to test along the way. It's a process. This creation is a process. So I highly recommend you not taking this risky way, because you can test it and it's a guaranteed way. Just do something and test, do something and test. Yeah, and Laura Klein, she's a UX designer, and she will really, really support this idea about testing. And I guess that all the speakers will support this idea, because we all want you to succeed. They all share their awesome strategies during this product gamification summit. And, those strategies are kind of different, because one speaker has his own theory, other speaker has his own angle, yeah? But what I want from you is you look at those sessions, you put that information to your head, to your own personality, to your own background, to your own situation, to your own environment, yeah? And please share it in our private Facebook group, because we will give you the feedback and we will be those additional eyes that can give you the feedback on your ideas. Let's collaborate on our success. So remember, gamification is the key to unlock customer engagement and revenue. Yeah, definitely. Unlock customer. Yeah. And when I'm seeing those three words, customer engagement, revenue, again, I'm thinking about creating an experience. Yeah? Do you agree with me that, the experience is really, really crucial? And I remember now one thing. I see that I still have few minutes, so I will tell you this one. That's a very funny story, really freaky, kind of freaky one, but I will share it with you. I'm living now here in Vilnius, and we have a second floor, and there are only windows, roof windows, like velux, I don't know how to call them. So roof windows. And one night I'm sleeping, and I woke up from a terrible noise, like someone is throwing stones at my window. And I'm really scared. Who did this? Wow. And that's again, oh my God. And I'm really scared about that. And, I open my eyes, and what I see is the bloody window. Oh my God. And I'm terrified, actually. I'm terrified. I look at my bed, and it's also bloody. I'm looking back, really scared, looking back to those window, and I see that it's falling again. And I see that there are birds in the birch, on the branches of the birch, who's outside my house, and they are throwing berries, cherries, berries onto my window. They were actually stealing those cherries from the neighbor's tree, and they came to the birch to eat them, and they were throwing those down, and my window was open, and all my bed, covered in those cherry juices, and it looks terrible. It looks like blood. And then I figure out that, wow, it's cherries? Oh no, how am I gonna clean this, And later on, yeah, so first of all, I was scared. Then I was angry, I had to clean this up. And at last, it was very fun to me. I laughed about it. I don't know. I'm still, look, I'm telling this to you. So I thought that, wow, those birds, they really created an experience for me. It was a short-term experience, yeah, but it was powerful. Now I thought, what worked in this certain situation? So what worked was, the sensory things that worked then, because it was like kind of dark. It was night, yeah, and I heard those, those sounds bumping into my window, and I saw like something red and something, so visuals, sounds. And this is what I want you to tell, that the first day, tomorrow, is the first day of the sessions that you are gonna see live. Don't miss out on Chris Olarsky, because he will tell you how to affect your audience emotions through the visuals and even through various sounds. This is really, really interesting. And especially for those who already know gamification, it's a very good angle to dive deeper into it and to make it more effective. Yeah, so you now have a key. Gamification, engagement, keep the key, participate, be active in this product gamification summit. And I will really approve all the requests that are asking. I know I see that in my phone. Sorry, I cannot do that right now. But I will approve all your requests, and I would love you to see you in our private Facebook group. So just be brave, really participate. There's me reminding you of our special coupon code for this party. And the coupon code is kickoff. Just kick off. Yeah, and that's a no-brainer. Only about $2 per expert session, and valuable, super valuable bonuses. So don't miss out. Don't miss out. I'm doing this not for myself. Because if I would do that for myself, I will put all those money to my pockets, yeah? But I'm not doing this. I'm doing this for social project, Unique Child. It is called Unique Child. It is a gamified bullying prevention program. And all the money that comes through this product gamification summit, they support this gamified bullying prevention program. And I don't know how much am I gonna collect it. I don't know how much support will it get. And all I care is about this program and you, because I want to share it with you. Because when I started, speaking, sorry, I will turn myself on. Okay. I guess that you would like to see my face again, yeah? Mm-hmm. 1 minute. Google Hangout. Okay, can you see me? Here I am. Yeah. So I just wanted to share one final insight, with you. That when I started my social entrepreneurship and my journey with gamification, I really found out that there is no one place, where all experts are collected and where they share their knowledge, different angles about gamification and different topics, but about effective gamification. So when I started looking for this information and sharing it with my friends and with other social entrepreneurs, so they tried to ask me, wow, what's that? And I was really passionate about that. I shared with them, what's that gamification? And I shared the main experts. I shared about you guys, 8 core drives. And they were, wow, what's that? Is it really written? Did something do that? Did they define the 8 core drives that really drives our behavior and that really helps to create, some motivational stuff for the audience? Yeah, they have. And, you can use this stuff for every project you're working with and for every business, basically every business you're working with, because you're working with people. And we have those core drives. They motivate our actions. If there are no drives, we do not take the action. So this is very good to know the stuff when you are doing something. And people really, they try to ask me, where can I find more information, and so on and so on. And I thought, okay, I have to do that. I have to take this initiative and do this event. So this is why now I'm here live speaking to you. And I'm really thankful that you support this initiative and that you're here, because I'm all for these good causes. And one good cause is to help entrepreneurs and to help people like you, initiative people and active people who want to change the world, who want to make it more engaging and more fun. Yeah, am I right? Okay. So grab this offer, because that's a no-brainer. It will be open for 1 hour. I turn this translation off. 1 hour. You still have time. And yeah, as I mentioned, valuable bonuses are waiting for you. And you may join our membership right now and watch all the sessions at your own pace and at your own sequence as you want. Listen to them, use the presentations, get the bonus materials, and the bonus materials are really awesome. You should check them out. Yeah, so that's basically it. And I'm looking to my notes. Okay, one thing I really didn't mention. Wow. as I focused, on creating an event for not only for people that are gamification experts, because they know this information, yeah, but I wanted to create this event for people who are really into business or into some other areas or into education or into enterprise or into some social sector like I am. Yeah, so I wanted to create this event for people like this. And this is why I divided this event into 3 phases. So the first phase, the first step is product creation. Here you will see only few people connected with gamification, but here you will get all basics about product creation. And the first one is Nuriel, and he will tell how to hook your customers. And this day is awesome. It's all about customers. The second day is about the format. You will see Devin with online courses. And when we are creating, info products, so online courses are an awesome way to spread our message. And here's, look, I'm doing the summit and I've reached out to you somehow. I didn't know you before, and now we're on a conversation. We're live. So that's awesome. And you will also see how to create your own summit. I also prepared this because I want you to spread your messages, to spread your gamified messages, yeah? To spread your engaging and fun messages. So the last session of this whole summit will be about creating your own virtual summit. Why not? Just try this format if you like it. So create your own. I highly recommend that. And it is really an effective way to reach big audiences. Okay, so the second day will be tomorrow, and the third day will be about the various formats. And what I really want to emphasize is that only about online courses or app creation. We're gonna cover some psychological issues that you will deal with, I'm sure, because all entrepreneurs deal with this stuff. Maybe not all of them talk about that, but they all deal with that, And like 2 sessions with Melissa Dinwiddie and Sonia Thompson, and I highly recommend you not skipping on those because they are so important. And you will know what to expect. You will know how to deal with that and how to be successful on the process of creating your own gamified project. So I prepared this only in order you would be successful. Then you are going to the gamification part, your product. And the third part is very, very important. It's monetization, because you can create an awesome product. But if you don't spread the word, and if you don't know how to monetize it, then what's the value of it? Okay, you keep that to yourself, yeah? So in order you to be successful at that, I put an awesome lineup of speakers, world-known speakers, really successful speakers who knows what does it mean to have millions in their pockets, and they're sharing their best advices, really. So if you're just interested in gamification, that's not an excuse not to look at that. So look at that, take best advices, write them down, use them, and I'm sure that you will be really successful at that. So that's basically what we're gonna cover during the summit. And I really want to emphasize one speaker for the ending. It's Jamie Madigan. And wow, we will talk about in-app purchases with him. And that's very interesting because it is really, really connected with human psychology. You will see that, how much psychology is there. I love it. Woo! And yeah, how to keep your customers playing and paying. Yeah, lots of secrets uncovered out there. So thank you for joining me today. And it was really a pleasure to see you here looking at all this presentation. And you will find this presentation at the All Access Pass membership area. You can use it for all your needs, and you can use it step by step to create your own gamified project. And I really wish you the best. One more reminder, keep in mind, be active in our private Facebook group. Just say your own opinion, and wonderful books really waits for you. Even Ninja Monkeys likes to play. Yeah? Game on. Thank you for joining me today. And grab your offer. 1 hour from now. Yeah. Thanks. Bye. Oh, yeah. And look for my email. Look for my email for today's session. Today is the first day. Woo! Okay. See you soon.